All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My broadcaster is now finally working, so I apologize not being able to get on the air the previous day. Had some technical difficulties. Everything's working out okay now. So I want to thank you all for being here today. As usual, we're just going to start off with some announcements, and then we will get into the first part, which will be distance healing. So if you guys do have any healing requests for yourself or perhaps for another person, if it is for another person, just make sure you can provide me their name and even just like a little bit of information pertaining to their condition as well too. Or if it's for yourself, same thing. Okay. So, and then we'll get into Q&A afterwards, and depending on some certain questions, I can bring Adronis in, and he can share some insight pertaining to those questions. All right. So again, hello everybody, and welcome. Of course, always wonderful people to see on the chat from all over the world. South Africa, very good. It's always great to get the diverse amount of people from all over the world onto the broadcast here. So thank you so much for that. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some announcements. So again, patreon.com/New Earth Teachings, Spirit Ambassador Classroom is available. Again, there are some open spots. The $25 membership is going to be ending at the end of the month, so that is going to be retiring. But what is going to remain is, of course, the Spirit Ambassador Classroom. So again, the Spirit Ambassador Classroom, we are learning a lot of things that I have not shared videos on. The class that I have, the students really are amazing. They are picking up on a lot of these incredible tendencies to working together with Spirit, really improving and shifting their lives. And so again, I encourage you all to go ahead and take a look at the Spirit Ambassador Classroom. All you have to do is go to patreon.com/New Earth Teachings, take a look around, and we'd love to have you in the class. Moving on, healing code cards. Now, they are now available on Amazon.com and Amazon.ca, okay? So if you go to the United States, right, Amazon.com, they are available there. So just go into the search bar of Amazon and just type in healing code cards. You'll find them, all right? They're doing very well. I'm also going to be sending another batch to Amazon for the healing code cards. So we'll have pretty close to almost about 200 decks that will be on Amazon to sell for the United States. And of course, there's plenty available on Amazon.ca, the Canadian site. I am currently working to get them to Australia. Okay, the United Kingdom has been a little bit stubborn. They're basically just trying to like verify everything, and it's taken them a very long time. So I don't know how long it will take for for Amazon UK. I'm hoping it won't be too much longer. But once I get the green light for them, then I'll start sending some cards that way. But Amazon Australia will be another one as well too. I'm looking to send some cards off this week. So hopefully between mid to late March, I'll be able to get into Australia. Hopefully before the end of the month, I'll be able to get onto the UK as well too. But right now, it's Amazon.ca and it's Amazon.com. And of course, if you're an international customer, just go to healingcodecards.com and you can order them directly from the website. So those who are international, who are not from Canada, not from the United States, you can still order your cards. You just go through the website directly to order them. Okay. Moving on, next is codes of contact. So this is an event, a channeling event that's going to be taking place in June in Sedona. Okay, so I will be in Sedona, Arizona on June 6th. It's at the Sedona Creative Life Center. And I will be sharing the stage with another fellow channeler named Diane Canfield, Galactic Ambassador and contactee. So we will have a full day of channeled contact with Adronis and with the connections that Diane has as well too. So for more information, you can go to empoweredlight.com. When you go on to Eventbrite to order your tickets, just enter the promo code BRAD and you'll receive $20 off the ticket price. All right, so I'm looking forward to coming to Sedona. I was in Sedona a couple of years ago and really, really loved it. And I'm happy to come back again for June and just meeting Diane. I have not met her before, so it'll be very, very interesting to connect with her and all of you as well too. So it's a full day of channeling, the Sedona Creative Life Center in Sedona, Arizona. If you want more information, just go to empoweredlight.com and you can use the promo code BRAD to get $20 off ticket price. All right. And finally, a cosmic tour to Stonehenge and the Pleiades with Brad Johnson. We only have a couple spots left. This has been really amazing. Yeah, this is almost sold out. So we got maybe about 3, 4, 5 spots, something like that left. So again, if you guys want to join me on a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, right, I've always talked about how amazing the cosmic tour to Stonehenge is going to be. So again, we only have a couple spots left. So again, go to wonderworld.vacations. We're going to, again, do some healing work on Stonehenge. You're going to learn how to become a spirit ambassador. We're going to work on summoning a crop circle. We're going to look to see if we can make Pleiadian contact, first contact, or I would say first contact, but an in-person contact or sighting contact in some particular way, having some type of physical contact with a Pleiadian being, or perhaps a Pleiadian group, or something in that nature. So that is, again, our intention. And like I said, Spirit has always told me this is possible when we get to Stonehenge, that there will be some type of physical contact that we can have. Of course, we'll be looking into the legend of King Arthur of Avalon as well, too. Site to where an ancient dragon was said to have fallen. We're going to look into the Fey Kingdoms. We're going to look into the Inner Earth. There's going to be a lot of exciting adventures that is going to be part of this trip. So again, you want a once-in-a-lifetime adventure, come along for the ride. Cosmic tour to Stonehenge and the Pleiades. Just go to wonderworld.vacations. Okay, that's wonderworld.vacations. You'll see my image there on the front page. Click on that and you'll find more information regarding to this site. So again, there's only about 3 or 4 or 5 spots left. So grab them while you can. They are going quite fast. I'm quite amazed at how quickly we've been able to book this tour, and I'm really looking forward to it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with today's broadcast. So once again, guys, thank you so much. So like I said, guys, we're going to start off with healing first, any healing requests first, and then we'll move on to questions. If there's very little healing requests, then we can just probably move right into questions, but that's usually the way that I do the broadcast to start off. Okay, I'm just going to go through the chat here one moment as I take a look at some comments, questions. Okay. So here's one from Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I love the name. Thank you so much. Okay, so healing request for Katerina, right shoulder and neck. Okay, no problem. All right, Katerina, so with you and with everybody else who wants to join along together with today's healing, we're just going to start off with grounding, as we usually do. All right. So just get yourself nice and comfortable. If you're in your home or wherever you are, if you can find a seat, that would be great. And just placing your feet firmly upon the ground, making sure you're not crossing your legs. And just taking your hands, placing it upon the center of your chest. And we're going to start off with grounding. Okay. So taking a deep breath in. Deep breath out. And once again, deep breath in. Deep breath out. And one last time, deep breath in. Deep breath out. Okay, and just relaxing yourself and breathing normally. And I just want you to bring your full awareness now to the bottom of your feet and just feeling like the apertures of your bottom of your feet opening up and feeling etheric roots coming out through the bottom of the feet, connecting deeper into the earth. And feeling this pure love energy colored in the brown frequency from the earth, moving directly into these etheric cords, these etheric roots, and feeling that brown energy moving up to the feet, moving up past the ankles, moving up past the knees, and connecting directly to the base of the spine. And just starting to swirl that energy just around the chakra centers, not within them, but just around them. Swirling them around the root chakra, moving upwards to the navel chakra, moving upwards to the solar plexus, moving upwards to the heart or the thymus gland, moving up to the throat or thyroid gland, moving up to the third eye, pineal, moving up to the crown, pineal, and pituitary. And as it reaches the top of the crown, we're going to take a big inhale from the belly, bringing it up to the head. Exhale, feeling your crown chakra opening up, feeling this rainbow light cascading down your body, going all the way down to the bottom of your feet and connecting directly to the perineum located in between the genitals. As we feel that connection, we are now observing our energy field, toroidal field, and we are just slowly now starting to rotate that toroidal energy field counterclockwise, softly and subtly. You don't have to pay attention to the rainbow color, just pay attention to the field as you feel your energy field slowly rotating subtly and softly in a counterclockwise direction. Okay, so we are now grounded and connected to the earth energy and are now ready to receive spiritual energy. So very good. Okay, let me go back up to my question here. There we go. Okay, so to Super Cala, I won't go through that whole thing. I'm sure I do like Mary Poppins, but healing request, Katerina, right shoulder and neck. Okay, so Katerina, what I want you to do is I want you just to take both of your hands and just place them upon the center of your chest. And I want you to imagine like roots are coming out through your hands, okay, through the center of your chest, and you're moving it up to your right shoulder, okay? You said there's a right shoulder and neck area, so just feel it connecting together with the right shoulder and around the area of the neck, okay? And I want you to feel all of the tension energy as black liquid, okay? So you're feeling black liquid around the right shoulder. You're feeling black liquid around the neck area, okay? And the roots that you have from your hands are just sucking up all of that black liquid. But before they do, you're apologizing to your body, okay? So you're apologizing for the neglectfulness of not being able to bring healing to the shoulders previously. So you're just apologizing for the buildup of the tension energy that is contained in the shoulder and the neck. Now, again, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are very humble to our body, all right? So we are apologetic. We are humble to our body. We are offering that apology. And the body is very, very quick to forgive. It easily forgives you once it hears that apology from you. Once you're telepathically connecting, empathically connecting, and basically just apologizing and saying, I'm sorry I've been neglectful for allowing this tension energy in the shoulder and the neck to build up. I promise now to be much more attentive to you and wish to heal this and bring my body back into a pure state of healing and health. Okay? So you're just putting that apology forward. Once you have put that apology forward, now you're feeling all of that black liquid in the right shoulder and in the neck and just being absorbed directly into both of the hands. Okay? So the roots are sucking up that black liquid, putting it into both of your hands. Okay? So, Katerina, just feel free now to hold that energy into your hands as I connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the dense black liquid energy contained within Katerina's hands from her neck and from her right shoulder, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be 100% purified and forgiven, and allowing pure, healthy, vitality, love energy to enter her body, coming into her neck, bringing a soothing energy, coming into her right shoulder, bringing a soothing energy, bringing it into replenishment, rejuvenation, and good health overall. Apply. Okay, so Katerina, take a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just drink some good, fresh, pure water today. Some spring water is good as well, too. Make sure you're just taking it easy on yourself, so especially for the next 12 to 24 hours, so your body can process the spirit codes that are coming in and clearing a lot of that debris. Okay, there's a lot of emotional tension within yourself. It feels like you've been working a lot. It feels like you've been carrying a lot of weight on your shoulders, right? And so this is kind of building up over time quite a bit. So there's a lot of tension there. There was a lot of stress there. A lot of it is aggravation, okay? You're taking on a lot of work. You're doing a lot of tasks here, and it's kind of very, very important that we kind of slow down, not take on too much stuff at the same time, not taking other people's baggage on all at once as well too, right? So you want to work very, very diligently and just keeping yourself at an even level here and not faltering, not putting too much weight upon your shoulders, right? Carrying too much weight, putting too much stress and tension upon yourself. So again, just take it easy the next 12, 24 hours and let me know how you feel. If you want to leave a feedback comment afterwards, after a few minutes, feel free to. Okay, thank you again for your request. Okay. Someone asked me, oh, Brad, when is the Mind deck coming in? Well, if you guys don't know what the Mind deck is, it's the next card deck for the healing code cards. So the next card deck is called the Mind deck. I'm going to be working on it this summer. Okay, you guys gotta be patient. It's a bigger deck. It's going to take some time to work on. So I'm going to start working on it probably around May or June. But it takes a long time. It takes a lot of work to get the cards done, to put all the sophisticated spirit code commands into each card as well too. That's about a 2 or 3 month process just alone by that. So if I start around June, then I'll probably finish maybe around August or September. So we'll see if I can get maybe like an October rollout for it, but we'll see. It just all depends on how quickly everything goes. I know there's a lot of stuff I'm doing this summer as well too. I got Stonehenge that's happening in July. So we'll see. I'm going to do what I can to probably get it out around the fall time of 2020. Okay, so keep your shirt on. When it's happening, I'll let you guys know. I always keep you guys in the loop when I create these new projects. I always let you know when there's an estimated time to come out. So I'm very excited about the Mind deck because it is going to handle a lot more stuff. So when you work with the Body deck and the Mind deck, you're going through a full circle healing here. But there's a lot of work on it. It's going to be a much bigger deck than the Body deck. Okay, so that's the answer to that question. Okay. So any other healing requests here? Okay. So here's one from Amanda Gifford. I have a tooth abscess near the root of front tooth on the right that I would like to heal. Okay. Tooth abscess near the root of front tooth. Near the root of front tooth. Okay. All right, Amanda, we will go ahead and work on that. So, same thing. We've already done our grounding work, so we're just going to place our hands upon the center of our chest, feeling the roots coming out of both the hands, moving up and connecting directly. I would say just connect directly to all of the teeth, all of the gums, all of the nerve centers within the mouth as well too, even the jawbone. Okay, so you want to connect basically to this whole area here. All right. So as you are putting those roots directly into the mouth, into the jaw, connecting to the teeth, connecting to the nerves. All right, I just want you to tune in now. And again, we're creating that apologetic energy for the entire mouth, okay? For the teeth, for the nerves, for the gums, for the jaw, for the entire mouth, and you're just apologizing, okay? You're apologizing just for being neglectful, for letting this abscess happen, all right? And again, we just want to make sure that we are humble before our body because our body will easily forgive us, okay? So you're just apologizing that this has gone out of hand and you're promising your body that you're going to be attentive to it and start taking care of it very, very well, okay? And of course, one of the keys to that is happiness. The more that you're putting happiness energy into your body and working in this way, the more that it's going to heal quite quickly, okay? So it's kind of like you're smiling. You're smiling at your mouth, right? You're smiling at your jaw. You're smiling at your teeth. You're smiling at your gums, okay? And of course, the body will reciprocate and work with you a lot more easily through that state of apologetic energy. So once you have done that, you're now just going to see all of the black liquid energy around the teeth, around the gums, around the mouth, around the jaw, okay? Taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, and just feeling the roots now, absorbing all of that black liquid out of the teeth, out of the gums, out of the nerves, out of the jaw, out of the mouth, and putting it directly into your hands here, okay? So just feeling all of that black energy coming into your hands. Okay, and I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid energy contained within Amanda's hands, from her teeth, from her gums, from her nerves, from her jaw, from her mouth, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven, and allowing pure 100% loving energy to come directly into her mouth, into her jaw, into her teeth, into her gums, into the nerve endings upon those areas, and bringing pure, healthy rejuvenation, bringing good health back into the mouth, into the jaw, into the teeth, into the gums, and bringing it back into replenishment and well-being, to allow the abscess here to become completely healed and diminished from her mouth. Apply. Okay, so Amanda, deep breath in, deep breath out. Again, same advice as I gave Katerina as well too. Okay, just make sure you drink some fresh water, pure water. Spring water is good as well too, and just get some rest throughout the day. Okay, try not to think about it. All right, so basically codes are in there. We're working on it right now. So within the next 12, 24 hours, set your mind aside. Work upon just resting yourself, on healing yourself as well too. Okay, thank you very much for your request. Okay. Oops, lost my place in line here. I hate that when that happens. Okay. Okay. So Lisa says here, Lisa Bouchamp, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing your last name right, says, I have small fiber neuropathy for 8 years. Okay, so assume you want to get that taken care of. Okay, so we will look into the fiber neuropathy. Okay, so again, it's the same process. Taking your hands, placing upon the center of your chest, feeling the roots coming out of the hands. And I want you just to connect to where you feel exactly those fibers are, okay? So again, if it's fiber neuropathy, this may be around the central area of the body, okay? And I want you just to almost like make a call as well, too. Is firstly, you're just giving the apologetic energy to the body, okay, for the fiber neuropathy. And you're basically just summoning the energies to come together to these roots within your hands. Okay, so you're just feeling all of that black liquid energy from the fiber neuropathy. And it's like you're just calling it to you like a magnet. Okay, and it's just coming directly into the roots and then coming directly into the hands. All right, so you're seeing that black liquid just flowing up into the roots and coming directly into the hands. So again, as long as you've made your apologetic energy intention towards your body, the body will cooperate with you, will work with you, and send you this black liquid energy coming into your hands now, okay? Okay, so once it is there now, Lisa, I will go ahead and connect with Spirit, and we'll begin the healing process. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid energy contained in Lisa's hands from the fiber neuropathy, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be forgiven and purified, and allowing pure, healthy, loving vitality energy coming into her body, helping to bring soothing energies, loving energies, wellness energies directly into areas of her body that have been affected by the fiber neuropathy, and allowing good health and good replenishment to come upon her being. Apply. Okay, so Lisa, same advice as the others. Drink water, okay, and just let yourself rest. Give time for the codes to come through and do some cleanup in the body pertaining to that. Okay, thank you again for your request. Okay, we have another one here just underneath Lisa. Nobukosi. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Nobukosi. Hi, Brad. I have really bad chronic back pain. Please help. My name is Samantha. Okay, Samantha. Thank you. Name is Samantha. Thank you. All right. So, same thing, right? We just place our hands upon the center of the chest. Okay. And just feeling the roots coming out and connecting right into the areas. I think you said it was the lower back. Bad chronic back pain. Okay. Yeah, not too sure if you said the lower back, but just bad chronic back pain. Okay. So I want you just to connect to the areas of the back where you feel the pain is the most intense, okay? So I want you just to connect to those highly pain-intense areas of the back and just feeling the roots connecting there, all right? Again, apologetic energy. Body, I apologize for being neglectful, for allowing this buildup of chronic pain energy to take place, okay? Now this is also emotional in that level, especially when you have chronic back pain, okay? Again, there's a lot of feeling of almost like self-belittlement here. Okay, there's a lot of rejection energy within yourself. Okay, so there's a lot of emotional healing that needs to be done here as well too. So again, that takes its form around the back, and that can be made into a chronic issue, which means this has been going on for a very long time. Okay, pertaining to rejection, pertaining to lack of self-worth, low self-esteem. Okay, so we want to make sure we are tending to that. So what I'd like you to do afterwards, Samantha, BCR and TC technique. Okay, very, very important. And that goes for everybody else who I've done healing for today. Okay, you guys should be doing the BCR technique and the TC technique every single day, every morning. BCR technique. You go throughout the day, you notice any triggers. You're clearing out the triggers. You can go on the hunt for triggers as well, too. You think of certain emotional situations, and you now start seeing these triggers coming up, and you clear them out. So like I said, a lot of us have hundreds or even thousands of triggers within ourselves. We want to clean every single one of them out, okay? So Samantha, that would be my request for you to do that after receiving this healing today, okay? So again, just putting your apologetic energies to the back, feeling the roots connecting to those intense pain centers of the back. And now we are going to feel the body receiving your apology, and now starting to bring in those roots. Feeling those, bring in that black liquid flowing into the roots and connecting directly to the hands, okay? So you're feeling all that black liquid coming into the hands now from these pain centers, these intense areas of the back. Okay, and I will go ahead now, Samantha, and connect with Spirit for you. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid energy in Samantha's hands from her chronic back pain, lifting all of that energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be purified and forgiven, and allowing pure, healthy, loving vitality energy to enter the areas of Samantha's back to where the pain has been the most intense, bringing soothing, rejuvenating, regenerating energies, bringing her back into good health and good stature and good wellness. Apply. Okay. So Samantha, we're doing what we can to get a lot of that debris out of the back, but a lot of this is emotionally charged. There's a lot of emotionally charged energies within your back. Okay, you got a lot of forgiving work to do. Okay, you have a lot of BCR to do. You have a lot of TC to do. There's a lot of triggers that are just not even around the areas of the back, but around the kidneys as well too, around your liver. A lot of the major organs have a lot of emotional ties, a lot of emotional tie-ups relating to some old, I guess you should say, regretful energies. Okay, so you want to do a lot of emotional body clearing. So please look into the BCR technique, the BCR TC technique, all in one video. It's one of my newest videos on my channel. Okay, go check that out. Make sure you're doing the BCR technique every morning, and then do the TC technique. Clear a lot of that area in. Okay, a lot of your mid and low area body needs a lot of emotional healing. Okay, there's a lot there. So you've put a lot on yourself, right? And this is years in the making. So please work on attending yourself with that, okay? Thank you very much. Okay, I just got a donation from Lisa. Thank you very much. Thank you, Brad. I will do the exercise on my own going forward. Great, excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, let's see how we are on time here. We're going to take one more healing request, and then we're going to go into questions. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's one that's kind of intense here that we can try and work on. It's hard to say because I know you guys have some pretty intense ones here. So I'm just trying to find out what would be the good one to focus lastly here. Okay, I think I'll start with Donna Might 555. Okay, Kayleigh is my friend's daughter. She started having pains in her back. She saw a neurologist and has a lesion on her spine and one on her brain. They also think she has multiple sclerosis. Okay, so we do what we can for this, as I'm not connecting with Kayleigh directly. This is kind of an indirect healing. So basically what we're doing is we're kind of clearing away any particular forms of surface debris that we can, but I would need to talk to Kayleigh personally one-to-one and have that kind of interaction with her and see what we can do a lot more. But we can basically try to clear out a lot of the surface debris for her, okay? So Donna, what I'd like you to do right now is, as you're going to be serving as kind of a assistant here as well, is I want you just to close your eyes, all right, placing your hands upon the center of your chest. And I want you just to see Kayleigh in your mind, whether she's laying down on a bed or whether she's standing up, either is fine. But I just want you to see her body holographically, okay? And I just want you to look into the areas. You said that there is a lesion on her spine and, of course, on her brain as well, too. So I want you to place one hand on top of her head and another hand down around the area of her spine. Okay, and you're seeing the roots coming out, and you're feeling some black liquid energy around her. Okay, so what you're basically asking her own higher self, you're asking her own higher levels of consciousness if it is okay that you can be a steward and assistant in helping to collect a lot of the black liquid energy that pertains to these impairments. Okay, and if you're getting kind of a feeling of a warm feeling, a light feeling, a yes feeling, okay, then we can go ahead and proceed. So what I'm going to do, Donna, is you're going to be collecting the black liquid into your hands. Okay, so the top of her head and around the areas of the spine, that black liquid is going to form into your hands, and then I'm going to be working with spirit to clear that black liquid out of your hands and putting up into source for her. Okay, so as long as you're getting kind of that nod, that light feeling, that warm feeling from spirit, from her higher levels, saying yes, it's okay, you can go ahead and proceed with this. Now I just want you to feel from the top of the head that black liquid energy coming in through the hand, okay, and through the area of her spine that you're touching holographically, feeling that black liquid coming into your hands, okay? And I'm just going to give you a moment as you do that now. You don't need to apologize because it's her body, okay? All you're doing is just being a steward here, a facilitator, a helper. Okay, and I will now go ahead and connect with Spirit. I command Spirit's God Light to completely cancel out, eliminate, and purge all of the black liquid energy contained within Donna's hands through Kayleigh's body, through her spine, and through her brain, lifting all of that black liquid energy up out of her body, putting it up into source consciousness to be forgiven and purified, and allowing pure, healthy, vitality, love energy to come in and bring love energy into Kayleigh's body, helping with the improvement and rejuvenation, regeneration of the affected area of her brain and the affected area of her spine, bring it back into good health and good wellness. Apply. Okay. So we definitely cleared out a lot of surface debris, but this is a lot of, you could say, karmic aspects that Kayleigh is going through. Okay, there's some other lifetimes that have basically come forward. A lot of this has fused together. So there's definitely been some back problems with her. She has also had some, I think there's another lifetime she may have actually had brain surgery in that way. So this is, again, is kind of like the scars from other lifetimes that are coming together. A lot of it that she has to work with, and it's a lot of emotional healing altogether. But I feel like, again, we've cleared out a lot of the surface debris. So Donna, you can always email me, okay, info@newearthteachings.org. You can always let me know how she's doing, maybe over the next span of a few days, and hope she does well. And thank you very much for your request. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and move into questions now. So these questions, like I said, if I feel that there is a good one for Adronis to answer, even if you guys pose one to Adronis, I'll be the judge of that. I'll decide, okay? If it's something that I feel Adronis would come in and share and want to share information about, then I'll do that. Otherwise, I'll probably be tackling most of your questions, okay? So again, guys, I'll be back next week, next Monday. If I didn't get around to your healing requests today, you can check back next week. You can also contact me at info@newearthteachings.org, or you can just go onto the website. There's the EQ method that I do on the website as well too. And there's also spirit code healing I do through my private sessions. So the private sessions are coming back, okay? So starting March 11th, I'll have Wednesdays open. So I'll be doing Wednesdays and Thursdays up until March 31st. Then I'll be in Japan from April 1st to April 23rd. Once I get back from Japan, then I'll have Tuesdays and Wednesdays available for private sessions. Okay, so the private sessions are coming back 2 days a week. Right now they are on Wednesdays and Thursdays. They'll be starting on Wednesdays on March 11th. Okay, so if you guys are interested, you can grab a private session with me. We can do some healing work there, interacting with Adronis, and a lot more. Okay? Okay. David Marshall Taylor says, evolution is pain, ascension, birth pains from Mother Earth and Father Sun. How do you heal it during the process? You don't. You don't let the healing happen. You basically let the process happen. You guys are not in charge of the collective consciousness. Okay, we have to get that out of our mind, thinking that Earth's in pain, all of these people are in pain, I have to fix them all. No, throw it away. It's not your business. There's only your world that you're living with, all right? You're living in your world. So you are bringing a lot of happiness, a lot of love, a lot of joy together into your body, into your being, into your mind, and you're working to phase out the intellectual mind. You're learning to come into a state of pure happiness where you enter a state of non-doing, where you're in a state of beingness and you're just working with your reality. You're working with the people that are part of your reality. You're working with all the environment that is part of your reality. So as you radiate yourself with higher loving energy, that's all you're responsible for. You're only ever responsible for your world. You're not responsible for the world. The evolutionary process, the shifts that are happening right now, the solar activity, what's happening upon the planet right now, on a deep collective level overall, is never your business. Okay, it is not for you to fix. It is not for you to resolve. That's not the point. The whole idea is that you are making yourself radiant, loving, happy, joyful, and you will meet other people who are loving, happy, radiant, joyful, and you will form these circles, and these circles will come together through their own realities radiating this love. You really want to help the earth out? Then you want to make yourself radiant. You want to bring yourself into pure happiness. You want to dissolve pretty much every particular belief system you have in yourself. You want to work yourself into summit level manifestation, as I've talked about before. Videos on the channel with that. Okay? So you're moving yourself into these greater states of happiness, of joy, of love. That is what's going to elevate you. It's rather than the idea of worrying so much about what's happening on the collective consciousness. Who cares? Big deal. So what? Who cares? That's got to be the mentality, right? You are focusing on your world. You're correcting yourself. You're working with happiness. You're working with joy. And now you have your father. Now you have your mother. You have your family. You have your friends. You have new people that you're meeting. And you're enriching their lives. You're helping to enrich their lives by just being present in this great state of happiness. It's all you're here to do. You guys are not looking to be worldwide saviors. Okay, that's a delusion. You are here to bring great love, great happiness into your reality. Okay? That's the most important thing to focus on. So again, that's the whole idea. You're not responsible for the world. No one person is meant to carry that kind of burden upon their shoulders. Okay, Jesus didn't even do that. Jesus was just letting you know that when he transitioned, he was able to go past the body. He was able to move past the body, coming into the pure spiritual nature of himself and being able to rebuild his body, right? He basically attained that ultimate technique, that ultimate state of moving past the body, of transcending the body, and being able to rebuild it upon his own choosing to do so. Right? So that's the whole idea. We're not here to so I gotta take away all your problems. You're not going to be able to. It's within the core of everybody. Everybody has to take care of their own core issues. Okay. Going down the list here. Oh, geez, I hate it when it shifts like that. Okay. Okay, here's one again from Amanda. She asked, Adronis, is there specific work to be done on the portals in South Africa? I find myself so heavy after being at the calendar. Is that the energy of the stones? Okay, now I'll bring Adronis in for this one, because I was in South Africa not too long ago. Okay, here we go. Terra Soul Star Pleiadies Adronis we are here at this time. We bid you greetings, and thank you very much, Amanda, for the opportunity of your question and for sharing. Now, the idea of what you term as South Africa is, of course, a place upon your planet that does require a great deal of healing overall. Now, again, your stone circles, that which is quite common upon the lands of South Africa, many of them represent portal systems, yes. And many of them, in that sense, have actually been dismantled, which means that the aspect to where there has been dense energy applied has not actually been, shall we say, harmonized. It's mostly been the dismantling of certain forms of portals because they were used in that sense to more so base ends, to more in that sense dense ends, to the aspects of, shall we say, dark force ends. When you're talking about Adam's calendar in that sense, this is another site that has been dismantled because it was used in forms of contamination. So again, yes, there are certain forms of energies there that may appear still very dense. Although again, when we were there was a healing process that was taking place where Brad was present and where his group was present as well too, to where there were healing energies that are helping to, shall we say, bring rejuvenation to that entire site. But there has been, in that sense, a great deal of heavy, contaminated energy throughout Adam's calendar that still remains. So the whole idea is that these are the results of dismantled sites that had been tainted, contaminated with what you would term as dark force energy, in the lack of a better term, or negative energy as well too. So again, through the dismantling of these sites, they can no longer be utilized as portals or as stargates, but again, much of their energetic remains pertaining to that taintedness. So we would suggest that in large groups, you work together and bring blessings to these entire spaces. So whether you decide to do some individual work, which is fine, but of course, through the power that you are receiving as an individual, it would be best looking into what you term as summit level manifestation, where you're moving into great states of happiness and bringing that spiritual blessing upon these areas of the stone circles of Adam's calendar in that sense, to assist in uplifting the taint that has been upon these ancient sites for a very long time. So yes, your entire country of South Africa does require a great deal of healing. In fact, your entire continent of Africa itself would require a great deal of healing altogether. So it does require a lot of effort, and it will be something that may take thousands and thousands of years to fully uplift, because there has been a lot of tainting upon the land for many thousands and thousands of years. But the more of you that come together, again, working together at summit level manifestation, it does not even have to be a great deal, many of you. But if you are working on concentrated effort, through a few of you that are moving into summit level manifestation and bringing that pure happiness and pure love into the upliftment of those taints upon these sites, that certainly can bring a quickening. All right? We thank you for your question. Okay, thank you, Amanda, for your question. And that's always a good question because, like I said, I was in South Africa just a few months ago. I could feel a lot of the heavy energy around Adam's calendar as well too. So Adronis did a channeling there. The video is actually on my YouTube channel with Michael Tallinger, and we were doing some group healing there as well. We didn't do too much, but we did some. I think we could have done a lot more, but we just weren't there for too long because the weather was not too cooperative on that day. Okay, so let's move on down the list. Okay. Okay, well, there's one here from Elham Watts. I don't think I need to pose this to Adronis, but he just asks, how many ancient enlightened civilization that was Sanatana, Dharma-based, will be revived? All of the ancient teachings are being revived now. Now, again, it's not to say that it's a return of a culture or return of a civilization or return of a sect or return of a faction. What's happening is that there are so many different bands pertaining to knowledge that is therefore coming together and being amalgamated into different forms. What has been dead, what has been deceased, what has therefore expired, will never come back to light again. But the essence of the teachings pertaining to Dharma practices or any other forms of essences of traditions will be remerged into new things. So it's kind of like looking at the cycle of the seasons, right? We have trees that will never get those particular leaves back again. They will die off. They will go upon the earth. They will return to the earth. But spring will come and brand new leaves will start to come upon the trees. Well, that's the exact same thing pertaining to world knowledge. And it really just comes down to world knowledge. We can look at certain branches pertaining to knowledge, but it really is just knowledge for knowledge's sake. So a lot of these branches, again, are going to start growing new leaves, but they're going to come together in new practices, in new ways. So there's remembrances of a lot of people that are now taking that and reforming it into new systems. Okay, it's kind of like if I'm working with the BCR technique and the TC technique. Okay, these techniques, if you're going back into ancient times, were used, like in ancient India. They were used in Tibet. They were used in Egypt. They were used in Atlantis, about doing emotional clearing and working and moving into higher vibrations in that sense. Well, that's all you're really doing with the BCR technique and the TC technique. It has become a modernized example and rendition of many different forms of techniques used in the ancient times that are now therefore modernized and made very simplistic so that people can utilize them for their own needs, right? So everything pertaining to ancient knowledge in that form will never rise again, but it's the essence of that knowledge that always carries forward, like the cycle of the seasons. Okay? Thank you very much for your question. Okay, What's Vital says, hello, Brad. After the TC technique, I felt a release of pressure after a clearing, even if all I noticed was that I needed to clear a dense feeling. Is there more afterwards that I should do? You want to keep working with that dense feeling. Okay, so if that dense feeling is still there, keep working with it. So when you're doing the TC technique, like you've done the BCR technique, for example, in the morning, your love energy is very, very strong. And now you're going within. You may catch a trigger that comes in that's maybe a dense feeling. And you're doing what you can to fully dissolve it, right? So you're basically putting your love energy in the highest level that you can. And you're feeling that particular energy that you're holding starting to melt like butter, right? So it's becoming liquid and then it's becoming vapor. So now you clear it and you go back into that moment to where that trigger was. And if you're no longer affected by that trigger, means you don't really care about how that trigger came about. You've healed that trigger, okay? So if it's something, for example, regarding being angry at a person, okay, and you've been able to clear that out, you melt that away, it becomes vapor, you're feeling good, you're smiling, you're laughing, you're chuckling, okay? And you go back into the review and you say, okay, this was the moment where I felt triggered. I don't feel anything. I have no animosity towards that person anymore. I feel great. Good. So we resolve that. So that is a particular angle relating to a dense energy. Because again, when we're looking at fear, anger, sadness, that's the surface, right? That's like the surface triangle. And then there's another triangle underneath in the earth, in the soil. And that represents the traumas. So we're looking at things at different angles. Guys, just be repetitive. Don't feel, oh, Brad, I just did one trigger clearing today and that's it. No, guys. You should be doing 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 trigger clearings per day, at least, especially if you're just very, very new to this. If you haven't been doing it for years, yeah, maybe you can get a few. But if you're very new to this and you're lifting your energies up into happiness through the BCR technique, and now you're working with the TC technique, you should be clearing out dozens of triggers per day, okay? It's repetitive. You do it again and again and again and again and again and again, each throughout the entire day. Anytime you're feeling off center, right? You catch it. You catch that trigger with your catcher's mitt, and now you start dissolving it, right? Pure love energy, pure happiness, coming in and dissolving that trigger. So it goes from solid to liquid to vapor. And again, that aspect of vapor is letting you know it's disappeared. It's no longer affecting your reality. You go back, you review, and you check on it. Is it affecting me still? No, I couldn't care less about it. I'm done. I've completely released it from my being. Excellent. That's what we do. And we keep doing it. So you want to have a little notepad available as well, too. This is what I'd recommend, okay? Have a little notepad available. And you want to just write down your triggers. So it's kind of like you're creating two columns here, okay? So the first column is regarding the trigger. You're able to describe it, okay? Second part is the result of it, okay? Or basically the benefit of releasing it. How do you feel afterwards? Afterwards, I feel great. I feel amazing. I don't feel it afterwards at all. I feel amazing. Great. So we want to write that down, okay? So keep track of the triggers that you clear, okay? One column is the trigger and the emotion or situation it ties into. Second column is the result, the benefit after clearing the trigger. Okay, so just keep track of that on a daily basis because you want to remove a multitude of different triggers each day. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, guys, we're probably going to take maybe about 2 more questions, and then we're going to wrap up. Thomas Rainbow here says, "Hi Brad, did Adronis recently say that earth changes, including earthquakes, are less likely to happen now?" No, they're not less likely to happen. They're still going to continue to happen. But there is a lot of, as I would say, controlled nature pertaining to the earthquakes. You see, these earthquakes can actually be maneuvered. They can be maneuvered through our own collective consciousness. They can be maneuvered through intervention. So they will actually be maneuvered into certain areas that may not actually affect a lot of people on a fatality level, or in that sense, a great deal of damage. But yeah, there's going to be a lot more of them. There's going to be earthquakes happening. There's going to be volcanoes happening. There's going to be floods happening. There's going to be a lot of these earth shifts happening. They're taking place. You can't really avoid that. But basically what's happening is that they can be redirected in certain areas. Now, if people really shape up and work together as a collective, where they're bringing a lot of this love, happiness, energy to these areas, no, those areas will not be seismically active. That includes volcanoes, okay? But you would need to work with people within the hundreds or within the thousands, especially if people are gathered around like an active volcano. You'll want to have groupings, or even remote meditations as well too is good. But you're getting hundreds or thousands of people. Again, imagine 100 people, just 100 people, going into summit level manifestation and having this pure happiness and bringing that love energy through spirit into these active volcanoes. You keep focusing on that for like an entire week with 100 people that are at summit level, you won't have a volcano, right? That is how powerful the spirit energy is. Spirit energy is going in there and basically sucking up a lot of the dense debris of the earth and transitioning it back into the ethers. So yes, we can do that. But again, we have to work together as a group. It's not about one person who says, okay, I'm at summit level manifestation. Yeah, but you're only going to do so much, right? It's like I said, you're not responsible for the entire collective of the world, right? That's not your business. Don't try to put that on your shoulders. Focus on your world. Focus on your reality. Focus on the people that you are working with in your reality. You can come together, and then through the hundreds and through the thousands and even through the millions, billions, we can do a lot of healing upon the planet together, because we are all collectively healing our own worlds, and then it comes together on a greater collective level. So yes, that's always an idea as well too. But going to your question, yes, there will still be earth changes, there will still be earthquakes, there will still be floods, there will still be all these things. We can't avoid that, guys. The only way that that can be averted, like I said, is if we're doing more collective healing to the planet itself, right? Healing your world together, collectively, and that helps on a greater level. So again, when you go to summit level manifestation, it's very powerful. I mean, like I said, one person does it, they would have to be at the level of a high avatar to basically make that happen. But again, it all just depends about who you connect with. I'd say show people the summit level manifestation, show them the TC, BCR technique, show them that. And as you guys start to work more on yourselves, you're feeling all this great happiness and love energy. Good, focus that on your environment, clear it out. Right? Your environment is part of your body as well too. People in your life are part of your body as well too. You're helping them. It's all about that presence of being, of beingness, of non-doing. Okay? Okay, guys, one more question. I think we're going to wrap up. Okay. Okay, here's another one from Elham Weiss. It's a pretty good one. Adronis, will we be able to live on prana, liquids only in future, or will we still need solid food? Okay, I'll bring Adronis in for this one, and this will be our last question for today. Okay? And it's a good question. Thank you very much, Elham, for that. We thank you very much, Elham, for your question. You're able to live off all of that right now. It's not something about you having to go to another dimension to live off what you have just shared, about the idea of prana, about the idea of liquids in that form. There are many throughout your Eastern world who are already naturally doing that. They have been able to enter a state where basically there is one step that they have been able to do to make themselves what you would term as breatharians, quite commonly. And that is successful fulfillment of the Kachari Mudra, where you're basically taking your tongue through a little flap at the back of your mouth and inserting it there. This assists in that sense of certain degrees of Kundalini activation, but it also opens up a center in your body to where you are actually becoming a great deal more photosynthetic. and actually being able to absorb nutrients from the sun. This is possible. So there are those upon your planet who are already doing this. There are those in that sense who are already living off the prana, the chi, the life force of your planet, of the cosmos itself, of the living energy. And there are those who are simply on what you would know as liquid diets, and they are able to successfully achieve that. But the whole idea in that sense is they've been able to transition their wanting of food, their desire for food, for solid food. That has been something that they have been able to discipline out of their minds. So as you would say, it's a trigger clearing that they've been able to successfully achieve. So they can live off natural life force. They can live off the energies of the sun. They can live off the energies of the air. They can live off liquid. You do not need to go into a different dimension to do that. You can do that here. But again, it does require a certain level of discipline because you are training and disciplining yourself to move past the allure of solid food. So you may want to feel that if you are ingesting solid food quite regularly, you are creating a way of diminishing that more so that your meals become a lot more lighter. And as they become a lot more lighter, you can shift off the solid food. You can move more into liquid diet in that way. As you start to move into liquid diet a lot more and you feel that you're able to transition off that, perhaps you have achieved Kachari Mudra. Now you're able to become naturally photosynthetic. You are able to bring that Kundalini energy flow right up to the base of the brain. You have that gap center in the back of the mouth that is now open to receive photosynthesis. And so, yes, there are those upon the planet who have achieved this. As we stated, it does not require you moving up a dimension to do this. This is available here in this reality if one is disciplined enough to achieve it. All right? We thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction. We will now conclude and return to the conduit. Goodbye for now. Okay. Thank you very much, Oham, for your question. Thank you, everybody, for all of your requests, for all of your questions, for your presence. So again, I will be back next week, next Monday. So I'm going to be doing this on Mondays from now on, from 10:30 to 11:30. Thank you, everybody, for being here once again, and I will talk to you all next week. And again, you can go to the website, newearthteachings.com, and you can drop me an email, info@newearthteachings.org. So thank you, guys. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll speak to you again next week. Take care.